I'm Kristen Hopewell, Canada Research Chair in Global Policy in the School of Public Policy and Global Affairs. So I come from a hands-on professional background in policymaking and economic policy and trade and finance. I worked for a number of years in investment banking in the private sector and then for the federal government doing trade policy. And so it was that professional experience that really made me want to have the opportunity to move into an academic environment in a policy school where I could sort of step back from the day-to-day work of policymaking and critically interrogate and engage with some of the big issues and big debates out there in the world with a little bit of analytical distance, be able to take an academic lens to analyze and grapple with some of these policy issues in an academic setting that allows for a little bit more careful, slower analysis that you get in the very fast-paced day-to-day world of policymaking. So I'm a qualitative researcher, so I rely a lot on interviews with trade policy makers, trade negotiators at the WTO in Geneva, as well as in national capitals, Beijing, Washington, Brussels, and so forth. So it's a combination of doing a deep dive into documentary sources following international trade negotiations, also understanding the economic dynamics of those, so looking at economic data, and then also speaking to the people who are actually involved in these negotiations, making these decisions to understand their motivations and their rationale. So I work in international political economy, global governance, development, industrial policy. Right now, one of my key projects is looking at all of the turmoil currently going on in the trading system. For most of the past 70 years, the institutions that govern the global economy have been dominated by the US, Europe, other Western powers, but that's changing radically, with countries like China, India, Brazil trying to play a bigger role, have greater voice and influence in these institutions. That has profound implications for virtually every area of economic policy. What we do is we try to understand both the economic changes taking place within these countries, but also how that relates to wider societal changes, drawing on sociology, for example, political changes in some of these countries' legal systems. I think the most important thing that we equip our students with is the tools and the analytical frameworks that they need to be able to go out and understand and analyze complex policy issues. These issues are ever-changing and changing rapidly. So rather than trying to teach a standard canon, it's much more important for students to have the skills to be able to analyze and engage with these issues independently as they go forth in the world of policymaking.